transform wireframe. Okay, and this now is a 2D construction, and here you can do whatever you want, any division. You can also convert it into polyline and then cut it. So what exactly you needed to do with the line? Okay, I'll make it 2D polylines for you, and you can do whatever you like with them. So now you can, as it's a 2D construction, we can have all the 2D I just use this function called combine line into polyline. So this one, combine line to polyline, I'll show it again how it works. So now you have an assembly. Okay, undo. Okay, you had the line, and if I select one line, it will ask me where it should continue. I just pick up the next red segment and it will convert all in one single polyline. And now you have two polylines because it's easy to do modifications. If you had an assembly of numerous lines, it would be more complicated. Okay, so now you have them. They're on the same position, so if you copy them, you can, I hit Control C, I disable this. Can delete this and say Control Alt V or paste to original position. So here is the line. But just a second, I want to check something. So this was the original 3D line, and if I hit Ctrl Alt V, it's over. It overlaps perfectly. So now I would delete the 3D line using the filter. So I see here a 3D line. Okay, and select this area. Okay, and okay, I'll hit Ctrl Alt V again. Paste to original position. No. Let's get back to where we were. Okay. So this is the polyline. Let's see, if we delete the 3D line, we should remain with the 2D line, with the 2D polyline. But we don't. Strange. So we'll make them again polylines. It doesn't ask us for any segment as it's quite intuitive. It has no branches, so it knows how to follow the lines. The only thing is, just to make sure, I'm going to change the colors of them, so when I pass it to them I can see a difference. Now I'm going to copy this 2D result over the 3D. Control Alt V. Okay, we have them overlapping. Now we can delete the 3D which is underneath, and then you will do now the modifications 2D. You can do any operation you like, and then when you're finished, we are going to convert them back into 3D. So now there is only 2D construction. You can do whatever you need to do any correction, activate the helping drawings, whatever. So do it now if it's comfortable with you. What? Okay, and now you can do modifications to your line. If you need to select less points, you know how to do this. You just right click and you use selection windows. So what exactly you need to do with those? Yes? Okay. Okay, so what I would recommend would be to place on gray, which means passive drawings, all the other drawings except this green ones. So you don't accidentally select anything else like the red lines, just the green lines. So make only the green lines as active drawing and the others as passive drawings. Okay, I'll just pause the recording as access zoom extend. So test it around. Double click on the. You have a mouse wheel, right? So if you double click on that wheel, look what happens. You zoom extend. It means it creates a window. Okay. It's really good. Yes, but we need to remove cables. So okay. Oh, good thinking. Yes, yes. It's very good you thought of all. Okay. Uh, it should be a regular cross section indeed. I'm not. Uh, well, you have the original, the PDF to show it to me as well. This one. Well, as far as I see, it's a portion that is poured afterwards. So this type of structures have precast elements and cast on site elements. So basically this extra line is something that is poured once the prefabricated element is placed in position. So this can be, but let's test it with the cross section you did. I think it will work. So just save it to the catalog. Let's go on the left side where you created a big cross section. And let's save this to catalog to see if it's okay with the program. You already did it in the library? Oh, wonderful. Just that it might uh-huh. Okay, I see. Yes, but just let me. You did the wizard. We actually need something else. We'll need to save it to the library. So the wizard is useful. However, in the library, we only need the outline. The outline which will import in the bridge designer. So go to library, symbols. Yes, project. Yes. Uh, yes, we can create a new folder. Okay, hit enter. And now go inside the folder. And new symbol. New symbol you have on the lower side. No. We'll only save only one cross section at the time. Without the title. So without its title. Okay. So new symbol. Well, nothing actually. You have to click on new symbol. You have that lower left button. No. First click the new symbol and then select the symbol itself. So on the left side, if you go to the library, so there's no point in selecting it now, only if you need to copy it or, and down, yes, give it a name. And now you should select without the title the first cross section and select any base points. It's no importance, any point would do. Dump symbol, and also tick that option, retain setting and suppress prompt until. Tick that options, that lower option as well, the retain setting. Okay, so it won't bug you anymore. Hit OK. And now yes, but hopefully it's okay also with the bridge designer. So let's test it now. Go to tools and select that bridge modular. You have them in bonus tools. So go to bonus tools. So the second module, bonus tools. and go to the bridge modular. It's the second submodule on the right side. So that bridge and tunnel, okay, first option. And then go to, well, if you have points, yes. I'd like to test if you know if the cross section is correct. Then yes, but it doesn't really matter. We can open an older bridge because we only need to test the cross section. That's why so we can open this example and just see if it's recognize our cross section. Okay, no, let's try with this one. Cross section. No, it doesn't like something about it. Let's see what it doesn't like. Yes, I'm recording. I'm afraid it might not like the fact that it has some overlapping like in these areas. Let's try this. I'm going to copy your symbol. What? It might be, I suspect, another type of line, which is this. No. The problem works with points, and I'm not sure if he is accepting this kind of lines. Maybe. Oh, this is not a closed shape. That's the problem. So use that function for extension. You can also do like this. If you have problems with this type of elements, we might simplify the shape and do the bridge several times, import different portions of it so it will insert itself. Okay, just connect this one and we'll save over it and try it again. Now let's see if the other lines are connecting. So also on the right side, check if they intersect. We have an option that can help us do it. Okay. Yes, but also on this intersection. Okay, here it's okay, and here also. So we'll go back to the library and save it again over this one. Okay, we'll call it test 2. Select this one. Why didn't say anything? You try to save it. I'm not sure. Oh, it's already saved. Okay. Let's test it now. They don't like any of us. So what do this section have and the others are missing? The fact that they are simple and closed. Let's see something in the help if there are any rules we missed. So I'm going to hit F1 to launch the help. To what? Yes, please try this and also remove the... Okay, we'll try this one. So we'll know you also have a copy, so it won't be. We'll first try to remove these lines, as we are able to create afterwards using the same points to complete with those area. And if it doesn't work like this, we'll just eliminate the extra fences, let's say those top elements which are involved in traffic safety. We might not need them. Okay, it's saved. So no, the one on the left. Yes. No, the one on the right. So no, on the right. That one. And hopefully we won't get an X on your screen. Yes, delete the fence as well. I think they only want one close polyline shape, but the big advantage is we can then add on the same route just the other elements, so in the end we get the same thing. So just delete the top elements, those fences. Okay, delete. Oh, that's why. Okay, you understand now what happened. Just no, hit Control X. We don't need to delete them. We had some errors, that was the problem. We had some doubled lines. It wasn't a clear shape, that was the main problem. So, look, we'll do like this. We will select the top area, or you select the top area just as you did. So, from the right to the left, just the top. Okay, Control X to cut it. And now delete these extra red lines that remain, as they're useless. No. Okay. Try to avoid the top. Okay. Control Alt V. But no, let's test it first, this cross section, because this should work. Because this is more basic, and then we'll try also with the fences. So call it whatever. No, yes, that one. And the one on the right with the second with the catalog, that one. No, not even 4. We'll try something else. We'll try to draw a line there over it. Let's test as we did before with Control X to see if there's something underneath. Okay. So what you know what you should do? You should just delete and with the filter. No, use the filter for lines and select the entire cross section. Or better, just to check, go on the filter, select lines and select the entire model, the entire cross section. Okay, and now delete. Okay, now I think it should be clear. Save again the symbol. Because what Altman will do will just number the points, so if there are overlapping lines, it won't provide us a valid cross-section. In worst case, we will do a transformation of it and retransform it into polygon, and it might work. Okay. Not yet. We'll just do the transformation then. Close it. Let's transform it into 2D, just as I've shown you. We have that button on the left, on the top left, there's a sort of a box. So go to the middle and somehow to the left, near the three eyes you see on top of it. No, in the menu bar. We should convert this into 2D and remake it a polyline. Up, no, upwards, it's a button called, so just leave the mouse a bit for me to take control. So here on the top side near these eyes, this one, hidden line image wireframe. This can help us convert what we see on the screen into 2D representation. And this is how we also can avoid a double line. So you do the operations now. Hit this button. And we will select wireframe. OK. And this is the result. Okay, it transformed everything, but it's no problem. We'll hit OK. And we should convert this outer outline into a single polyline. So go to combine lines into polyline and select the outline. You can find the function in the basic module. No. Go lower. No. In the change options, you are here correctly. However, go in the change panel lower. So you have the create panel and the change panel. Go into the change panel somehow lower. Scroll down. Change panel. On the left side, you see you have here this panel with functions. And what you would need is this function combine lines to make polylines, because what we now have is a 2D representation of what we've seen before. So if in order to merge them into a single polyline, we'll need to select one line and then tell him how to extend this polyline he's generating. So hit this option. Click one line, and now you should click on the where it should continue. So the next red line, you see there are two red lines. One, no, one on top and one. Okay, perfect. And now it's a single polyline. Do this also for the middle. It's a bit okay. I think we managed. Okay, now save this cross section. No. You didn't finish. Yeah, it's a bit complicated as it's already red, so we have no control. But let's try to change the color of it. This is how we make sure it's a polyline or not. Or as you are doing now, this can also be an option. Okay, now save this in the catalog and we'll test this cross section. No, cancel. Save it into the library first. No folder. Yes, you have any extra idea? uh, well, let's see if, yes, I know there's no line. This is why we did the wireframe calculation, to make sure there are no extra lines and to make sure everything is connected, and everything seems to be connected. Let's see if colors have anything to do with it. And so this is a polyline. Um, let's test if let's see if any of these shapes has a particular problem. So we'll test the first time the first shape and then the second shape to see if any of this provide any additional error. So let's go. Okay. Okay. 8. No, 8. 8 works. Let's try to do with function polyline, the inner polyline, and we'll try then to save the cross section, because we should also save it with the hole inside. So go to no, and what you should do, just listen to me. Go to select the function polyline, go to tools, polyline, basic module, second function polyline. We have the brown area. No, not that one, the one above, because if you pick that one, we don't know where to place it. So draw over the one above. You see okay, over the one, yes, the upper cross section, upwards. Okay, yes, because after you draw it, will pick it from a known corner and attach it to the correct cross section. Okay. Okay, so now you should pick this brown outline you just drew and copy it by a known corner. So escape. So try to select the brown line. If you are unable, you need to use a filter for the line, because you already have a polyline beneath. So you should use a filter based on colors. So you filter only color 13. So not that one. You should hit cancel. You are close, but not this one. You'll just need, you see there's a small black tooltip on the filter you just used. Yes, on the right side, on lower right side, there's a black tooltip. If you click on it. No. Exactly on the bottom from beneath, on the right corner. So you don't need to access, I'll just show it. You see here, exactly on this side, if you hover, you'll find even more filters, and you would need this one, filter by color, and the color that you need is noted here, is color 13. So you just select this area and you This is how we make sure we select only color 13. And now we should say copy. And the reason I chose the section above is because I can pick this point and place it here. So I have the correspondence between the two cross section. Now you do the rest, add this cross section. No, you finished. You just need to add this. Okay. Hopefully it will work this time. No, bonus tools. And this is that one. Something else. So the problem was actually the overlapping lines, I think, but it doesn't matter anymore now. Do you have the courage to draw some extra polylines to make sure? Okay, we'll do the first this proposal and then we can add the other parts because we can use the same point. You should delete them from the catalog, not from here. This is only a notification that the section is not valid. So we should draw from the library we can delete. But now we're interested in the points. You have the cross section. Now we need the red line point. So that was only a testing of the cross section we did right now. So yes, we don't need it anymore. No. Okay. And now we should reactivate the only drawing 27. So double click on drawing 27. And now we need to start exporting points to create the train. Okay. So let's see. Yes. No, not yet. You don't have the files. So now you're going to the terrain model. So close this modular. We need to export the points, the route. And we'll do this by going to the terrain module. So go to tools. And so, okay. And yeah, you know the drill. Yes, make sure you don't skip segments. On the left you have very small straight segment that was still purple. You see on the left. Okay, you should go back afterwards. Okay, that one. Okay, and on the left side you still had something. That one. Okay. No, escape to know we finished the first composite element. Okay, escape, and test it. If you click, it should select the entire line. There might be some doubles as well. So do like this. Hit the do a one single left click on the click. No, left click. Control X to cut it. Okay, there's nothing underneath, so just Control Alt V to paste it back as it were. Alt V. No. Control Alt V to paste it to original position. Okay. Let's try to export so we don't get any surprises. Try to export this first line. If it works, we'll do the rest the same with the rest. So export the point, import export points. No, you're okay. And here you select composite. I think it's already selected as F-type, RE2. Perfect. Okay. Apply and click on your composite. Oh, no, it's okay. You only need to left click on the green line, the new green composite element, left click and right click. It should work. You set it to export, so yeah, just a sec. Click. Okay, now you made it. So say something. Okay, and now go back to Bridge Modeler and try to import this file to know if it's okay with it. As first root. Okay. No, something is not right. This root cannot be imported. Let's see how you export it. It might be a problem. This was not a 3D line, right? It was only 2D. Okay. So. No. We need 2D. So I only wanted to check if it was 2D as we need 2D. So I think it wasn't correctly exported the list of points. So here it's composite elements. Okay. And we select this element and right click. Wait, but this is exactly what you did. Let's have a look at the file, how it behaves. No, I just opened an empty drawer. Okay. XA, YATA. No. Oh, you placed it. No, it's this one. Oh, now it worked somehow. I think you chose another file. That's why it didn't work in the beginning. You see, this is correctly. So you chose the axe file from another part. Now we should also add it with the cross section we've been fighting for. So I right click here. No, root we have on this point. Right click, define new cross section, and now select this from the catalog. 10. Okay. Yes. Okay, and now close. Actually, we'll save this. We worked a lot on it, and we can add the other segments of the bridge. So we can have only one file. Yes. Yes. Yes, show me the second cross section. It's no problem. Okay, now we just save it. Saved again. And this is how, if we save it, we can import it anytime. So we don't lose anything we worked on. And now let's I'd like you to show me the second cross section we need. Yes. Yes. I like to see, okay, I understand, but I like to see how it looks the second, to know if it's possible to do a crossing from one section to another, or we should just change the cross section. So it's one section and then it begins with something else. In order to make a transition, we need to have the same number of points. So if you have the second cross section, if you can show it to me. Well, this is a totally different structure. So it's no, we actually have to have a structure up until a point, and then we don't have a transition. We only have a gap between them because they are different. So that one is made of steel, the lower part. So it's not concrete. You can't transform concrete into steel. So basically, that will be something else. And yes, this is steel for sure. Yes. Yes, but we should do the same operations we had with the first, you know, as I'm, we can easily change we know the fact that the first cross section is correct as we worked a lot on it. So okay, but my advice to do some time economy would be to take the cross section we just created and we know it's okay and modify its point to fit the second. Let me do this for you. So we'll do like this. So let's say seaway cross section, and we'll make this as a passive drawing. And you imagine I imagine there should be a lot of unwanted lines underneath these polylines. So in order to avoid the time-consuming operation we had to do with the cross sections to fit some operations, I recommend we do the following. We pick this line, that test 10, that we know it works. Okay, where is test 10? This one is correct. So could you please drag it on the screen, the cross section 10? I think it would be easier for you. Okay, we'll place this somewhere. Okay, and now what we would need to do in order to things to be really easy would be to pick this up and then transform it into the cross section, the second cross section. This is how we make sure we have the exact number of points, and also the fact that it will for sure close, so it won't give us the errors we've been fighting with. So we'll do like this, modify points. This is why I kept them on passive drawing, so I won't select them by mistake. I move them here, then this point. Okay, we have some differences, but it's almost the same. And now you do the saving. Okay, change this one as well. Okay, that to be the last modification. You see, it's a good idea we didn't try to fix the second one, as for sure we had more points in the second one than in the first, and it wouldn't have made the transition for us. Okay, oh sorry, change that as well. Oh, picture. Super. Frata acuză. Cum îl produmă? Produmă. De aici de sus. De aici. Și acolo? Da, de clip. De clip. YouTube. Okay, so save it in the catalog. And one other aspect would be somehow to know where we should do the passing, but we'll try and see how it looks. We need to know at around which points we should start doing the passing. So we start with cross section 1 until an area, then we have a passing from section 1 to section 2. Because in the bridge tool we have only, yes, if you like to clean them, just delete them from the catalog. But from what I was saying was from the bridge modeler we can only choose the points from which we do the passing of the cross sections. Okay. Just open the bridge, we've just done it, so load it. Yes, in red line we should approximate from which area we are doing the passing. So now, okay. So try also to at least to know as approximate as we can, but to fix somehow where we should start with this. You should watch the curve or something, because we need to know at which points we change the cross section. Well, we should yes, but we can, well, we can establish some limits. We can divide the line and see the distance, and then we do the numbering. So just a second. Leave the mouse a bit to me to navigate. Yes, I only want to break the line where we should start, so then it would be so easy. So exactly, that was exactly, that's my idea. So we divide the red line in the constant section, then another segment that does the passing from cross section 1 to cross section 2, then we divide it again on a constant portion where we have section 2, then we divide it again on the section we have from section 2 to section 1, and then the other is section 1. So basically we will divide the line in areas, so we'll have constant areas and passing areas. So we won't be interested in the points, because in each area we import we either have one cross section or we have a passing. So we don't need to work with that many points, as it will always be the first and the last point that we edit. Is it clear? Okay, but I think this will be a bit time consuming for you. So if you have other questions, because you see the movie, we just recorded what we talked, but it will be somehow time consuming for you to identify these portions. So okay, exactly. So okay, what I'm saying, we'll have the first will be section 1, the other would be section 1 to section 2, the other is section 2, and again section 2 to section 1, and last is just section 1. So this is how you would divide in plane the line, make it different composite line, and then import in the bridge modeler as separate files. So as separate. Why? Yes. No, there should be difference. Oh yes, yes. So show me the PDF. Okay, then. But then things should be easy. Just use the section 1 and that's all. Then it's easy. The other proposal had variables section. Yes. Yes, but you had those drones. There are many options here. So it's actually composite action, as you have steel elements and concrete elements in this one. In this proposal is composite. This one is concrete, but the deck is composite. You have steel elements and concrete elements. The black ones here, so those with the black fill are concrete, the others are steel. In the deck I'm referring now. Okay. So then you have only one cross section, so there should be no problem. The only problem would be the fact that you need to combine. So you need to use the same points, the same, let's say the same route, but with different parts. So one, you have the one we drew, so let's say the black field area is one cross section. Then you do the same bridge with this kind of cross section, this one and this one. So we should do an assembly, because I think it won't support to do the shape if it's not just a closed outline. I don't know if you understand. Of course you can do. Yeah. In the Seaway you can do it, but you need to divide this into regular shapes and import it many times. So you have the same route, however you have to combine some regular shapes. So one bridge would be this with blue, the other element would be this ones, so let's say these three pipes. Another element would be this lower part, and you will just overlap all three results and you get this cross section. You understand? So that would be what we need to do in the civil. Oh, okay, but you managed to do the column, so this is their project. I didn't see it. It's okay. But I didn't see here in Romania. Maybe they can do it. If you respected the plan, so it's okay. You did it. You did your job. It's a bit strange to do that shape, but it's okay. The only thing is I didn't see a volume from your side, so I only seen some 3D surfaces and not the volume. Let me check a bit. It looks exactly as in their pictures, but this is a 3D object, which is okay. But these are only surfaces. They are not a closed object. Yes. Well, now that you drew, it's pretty easy. We can do a trick on this. We have many options in doing things like this. One easy option would be this one. Really easy. We'll go to bonus tools, 3D modeling, we select the box, and okay, we'll use that brown. So what I'm going to do now is create this box. So this is the top side, and then for the height I'll extend up until here. And now this is a filled box. What I'm going to do is just move these 2 points, so this one and this one, and move until I meet this intersection. Okay, you understand what I... That's one idea, but that's not the simplest. Or maybe it's easy. Okay, it's not that easy as there's this cylinder, but there's also an option in all plan we can create this type. So that this can be one strategy to start moving points. We can exactly change the view and it would be easier. So just a second, leave a mouse to me to finish it. It's hard to work in isometric view. No, just a second. Okay, or you do it. No, just hold it a bit until you see the plus and then extend it until you feel the intersection in between. Okay. Okay, that is one option, but we have also some other interesting functions we can obtain. Yes, you need to do a passing from one cross section to another, or what? No, now you are left. Yes. Yes, but I don't really understand what you need. The top side or what? Yes, but you already did the top. You have... Well, it's easy. It's the same idea. You just need okay, just not delete it. Draw with a box. So if it's not solid, we just say again box, and from this point to this. So first I'm drawing in plane the shape of it, and then I'm saying the height, but still just by clicking. Okay, and now we will remove anything that is 3D surface, as we don't need them anymore. It was useful for us to use them as support points. 3D surface as a filter, and remove this. Okay, just a second. Okay, you should check now. Show me the plans again. It's lower, it's the PDF. Or oh, that's small, that's so easy. Just go back to where we were. So go in on front view, rather. Okay, front view, but not in animation, but in the drawing. In the okay, so you know it. You already know how to do that. I'm sure. It's like this. You just select this point and move it here. So I told you this stretch entities is the strongest editing function in Allplan. So now we only need to do this from the other way, and we are finished with it. And we're going to keep this pile as this is the one from your proposal. It's correct. I haven't seen this type in Romania. However, maybe in Canada it's used. Okay. And now you can also get quantities and volumes from it. So that's why we need it to be a 3D volume. You can also get something really interesting now to make things worth your effort. You can actually do an envelope of it. So let me show you something interesting. If you would like to know the formwork of this shape, you could go like this, unfold shell, and this would be the shape we are unfolding. So this is our shape. The only thing is the fact that it's not chamfered. It's not. It doesn't have the intersection eliminated from it. You see? This is actually straight only because of the fact that the cylinder is within it. We don't know. We have doubled materials. So if we really like to have realistic, we should remove the intersection between the cylinder and this 3D object, and then we'll have the realistic shape. So we'll say now remove common volume. So this is a solid from which we'll remove, and this is the second solid that we will remove, and now it's okay. You see, it's already shown differently here, and we can check this by unfolding the shape. So if we go here to tools, back to tools, and we can unfold, and now we have the correct, we don't have extra quantities, and we can have good formwork for it. So that can be no. No, we didn't pick what I needed. I needed this shape to show you. So unfold this one. And there's this repeat menu where we have the history of our of all our operation we did. So this is what I was trying to show you, that this is the correct shape now. So if they need to do the formwork for your bridge, they would need exactly these shapes to have them. So they know the wooden part, which consists of the shell, which is the support for the concrete pouring operation, and this is the shape they actually need. Of course there is some extra something, but this is, if they close, they need to close this shape and place it on the cylinder and then pour the concrete. Okay, so you did a wonderful job actually. So you only need now to do those areas, but it's a bit time consuming, and you have the bridge actually. Yes. It's just a function called union, but I don't recommend. It's interesting. If you unite them, you won't have lines in between them. You might lose some lines, and you should try. Just do a copy first. I think it's not bad. You can also group it if you really want one. Do a copy of it first to see, because it also transforms the colors and it might not look as nice as it looks now. So one aspect would be to create a macro or a symbol of it or a group, and you should just say union, click on one object. Oh, okay, but no, we don't need 3D polylines. Delete with the filter any 3D surface or 3D polyline that is left, as we don't need them anymore. 3D line and 3D surface. Select this and delete, and now hit union. So union is in between 3D objects. Select one object, this is what it asks, and now you can right click, do a right click. So left click on one object, then right click. Just a second, why it doesn't work? Left click, do one left click on an object. No, on an object, one normal click. Okay, let me do it. So I do one click on one object and then just a second. So repeat union. It asks me for a first solid, so I left click on one solid, then I can select the other solids as well and right click. And now they're a single entity here. But you see, we don't have differential colors. That's one aspect. So rather, if we don't like this to be made up of several objects, we have the option to create it as a macro symbol or to make it a group. Element group. Okay, now this is a group, you see? It's only one object. It's made of several pieces, but if it's grouped, it's like an object. And if we want to ungroup, just right click and say ungroup elements. Because you see, here is only one unique volume, and in reality you won't pour this shape. You will first do yes. Yes, it's a discussion here. You can work with architectural volumes or 3D volumes. I recommend architectural volumes. The only problem with architectural volumes is the fact that you won't be able to do Boolean operations on them. So once you convert them into architectural solid, you won't be able to cut points from it or do this kind of operation. So normally you should do like this, say convert elements from 3D to user-defined elements. And now if I click on this object, it becomes a user-defined architectural element. So if I double-click this element, I can now change the trade, let's say to concreting work, and then the material, I can see here concrete something, and here, and right click, and it's okay. Also for the surface, I can add this material from the office. And also one aspect would be the style area, reinforced concrete. And now that I defined all these options, I can right click here. Also, I can use this disk to save it concrete. So if you want to do this operation again, you don't need to remember what I clicked here. You just need to load it here. Load favorite and select concrete, and it will have all these definitions. So now this is all concrete, and the most important aspect is not the graphical part as the reports part. So for reports, you go to architecture, and here you go to reports and up, trades, as I defined it for the trade, concreting work, concrete first, and select this. Now there's on the list. So if I copy it or create multiple elements, I'll get a report of the cubic meters of concrete. So these are some parameters, height and the multiple volume. So I have 596 square cubic meters of concrete. Yes, you can also give names of concrete for columns, or give a sort of, yeah, I typed concrete, you can type anything you like. So for instance, if you had different materials for the cylinder than for the cap, you can do this, but for this you need two objects, just as it's here. So what you would do would be like this. Let's say combine only these two. Okay, here we have to clean up a bit. Same problem with 3D object, 3D lines. No, 3D object is okay. No. Only 3D surfaces and 3D line we should eliminate. So we can combine these two as they are the same material. Or I can go in this repeat menu, because this is the history of our latest used function. This object combined with this one, and now we have only a single object here. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that gray. Maybe it left something. Okay. Okay, so what you have to do, so vertical elements are really okay. The only thing left is what we discussed now, is to give some concrete properties to them. and create the deck as we discussed, so with constant portions and variable cross section, and then you don't need to identify points, it's way easier. Yes, yes, and you know the endings. Okay, and then if you have also time, you can draw the cables, and then I'll show you how we can do them in detail. So I only need the lines for the cables from you. So that only the 3D center line for the cables, and then I'll help you build these details, because you've seen that these cables are pretty complex. So in that elevation, you see they have this shape. I'll help you build this shape, but all I need from you is this X, this 3D center line for each cable, and then I'll show you how you can do this section, this complex section of it for the cable. Okay. Okay, Rita. So, can we meet on Monday, as you have a lot to do? Okay, so we'll meet on Monday, and hopefully by Monday we'll have this bridge, this proposal done together. Yes, that's the easy job, easy part. Place some cars on the road, and that will be easy. Of course. We will just apply a texture. It's really easy. We just apply a texture that multiplies. So that's the easiest part, to make it architecturally nice and do some renderings of it. And you can also do a movie. Okay, that's wonderful. Yes, and I'll also show you how to create a movie of it. So you can do a movie as you are driving through the bridge. Okay, so I'm really proud of you. You did great progress. Yes, but we invested, so it's okay. Yeah, I see good progress. You're welcome. I'm sending you also the recording of. Remind me if I forget. Okay. Okay, have a nice weekend. Goodbye.